Before we start, I
In a
need you
world that
to
demands a
answer this
performance, choosing a
honestly.
cat is a
When
revolutionary
your
act.
cat ignores you all day, then suddenly chooses you at 2 a.m. like you're the center of the universe, does your heart feel weirdly proud? If yes, don't skip this, because this isn't about cats, it's about how your mind works. People think loving cats is a preference, like coffee or tea, introvert or extrovert, but it's not that simple. The psychology of people who love cats starts much deeper, at the level of how they experience the world, how they process emotions, and how they feel safe. Cat lovers don't fall in love loudly. They fall in love quietly. They notice things other people miss, small shifts in energy, tiny changes in tone, the difference between silence that feels peaceful and silence that feels heavy. And that's why cats feel familiar. A cat doesn't rush toward you. It doesn't demand your attention. It doesn't need you to perform happiness, excitement, or emotional availability on command. A cat simply exists near you. And for some nervous systems, that's not just comforting, it's healing. If you love cats, chances are your mind spends a lot of time thinking, not panicking, not spiraling dramatically, just thinking, replaying conversations, noticing patterns, wondering why people act the way they do, feeling deeply but expressing selectively. You're not cold, you're careful, and cats respect that. A cat never assumes access to you. It asks without asking. It sits nearby instead of on top of you, and when it leaves, it doesn't guilt you for not following. That kind of relationship teaches something powerful. Connection doesn't have to be loud to be real. People who love cats tend to value emotional honesty over emotional performance. They don't want constant reassurance. They don't want exaggerated affection. They want something that feels true. Cats don't fake interest. They don't pretend. And they don't stay where they don't feel safe. That mirrors something deep inside cat lovers. Because many cat people learned early that not all attention is good attention, that not all closeness is safe, that peace is better than intensity. So they gravitate toward beings that offer affection without pressure. There's also humor in this, and cat people get it. When a cat knocks something off the table while making eye contact, cat lovers don't get angry. They laugh, because they understand something important about power, boundaries, and independence. Cats don't exist to please you, and oddly enough, that's exactly why they feel so lovable. People who love cats tend to respect autonomy, theirs and others. They don't confuse control with love. They don't confuse constant availability with loyalty. They understand that choosing to stay is more meaningful than being unable to leave. That's a psychologically mature way of loving. There's also the nervous system piece, and this matters. Cat lovers often have nervous systems that are sensitive, not fragile. They feel everything slightly more. Noise hits harder. Chaos drains faster. Crowds exhaust quicker. But sensitivity comes with gifts. Heightened awareness, strong intuition, deep empathy. A cat's presence, the slow movements, the warmth, the rhythmic purr, speaks directly to that kind of nervous system. A purr isn't just a sound, it's a signal. To your body, it says, there's no emergency. You can rest now. You don't have to be alert. That's why cat lovers don't just like being around their cats. They regulate around them. Their breathing slows, their shoulders drop, their mind quiets. It's co-regulation without conversation. And here's something beautiful and funny. Cat people don't feel rejected when their cat walks away. They understand it because they themselves don't want to be needed all the time. They want to be chosen. That's why when a cat finally curls up next to you, it feels special. Not because you demanded it, but because it decided. And that mirrors how cat lovers want relationships to feel. Not forced, not obligated, but mutual. There's also an intelligence pattern here, but not in the way people think. Cat lovers aren't smarter because of cats. They're drawn to cats because their minds enjoy quiet, focus, and reflection. They're thinkers, creators, observers. They can sit with a thought longer than most people. They don't panic in silence. They use it. Cats protect that mental space. They don't interrupt focus. They don't pull attention outward. They exist alongside concentration instead of breaking it. That's why writers, artists, and deep thinkers so often have cats on their desks, keyboards, and laps. Cats don't enhance intelligence. They protect the conditions intelligence needs. And then there's the caretaking instinct. Cats trigger something gentle in the brain. Large eyes, soft movements, small sounds. They awaken care without demanding it. For people who learned to be emotionally self-contained early, this matters. Caring for something that doesn't overwhelm you feels safe. Nurturing without emotional overload feels right. Cat lovers give affection freely, but they don't like being emotionally crowded. They love deeply, they just don't love loudly. And maybe the most important thing of all, loving cats doesn't mean you're distant, it means you're selective. It means you understand that peace is rare, that calm is valuable, and that connection doesn't need intensity to be meaningful. Cats don't test your loyalty, they don't measure your worth, they don't confuse drama with depth. They sit with you while you're human. And in a world that constantly demands more energy, more response, more performance, cat lovers have chosen something revolutionary. They've chosen connection without pressure. So if you love cats, it's not random. Your mind didn't stumble into this. Your nervous system recognized safety. Your psychology recognized alignment. Your body chose what it needed. And the next time your cat ignores you for hours, then suddenly decides you're the best place in the universe, remember this. You weren't rejected, you were trusted. And that says everything about you.